hate puppies.
It's a good podcast.
I feel threatened.
What's going on, everybody? Welcome to Inside the Pallet House. Hope the week has been treating you well and you're not too hungover. This just seemed like a weekend where everybody was drinking too much. Or maybe that's just through my lens of one. But it sure feels that way.
I must be looking through the other half of those binoculars with you.
Yeah, dude.
Because my lens was fuzzy.
It was an interesting weekend, but a fun one. A fun one, for sure.
Yes.
Yeah.
So, oh man, I just looked down and had a panic moment. I thought we were all muted. But we're not. We're not.
Good to go.
Producing like crazy over here. Well, glad to have you guys back in here tonight. That's for sure. Except for what's in your hand, Stu. Makes me a little nervous.
Well, I've been trying to try new things or old things with gluten, so I figured I'd get a hams.
That is a horrible decision.
You had a pocket full of change you were looking to get rid of.
$5.35 for a 6-pack of 16 ounces.
Oh, they've gone up in price.
So
Good for them. I guess they're finally they got a little of that.
they knew I was
cachet going.
They knew I was coming.
Little cult classic.
Ugh.
So if you had seen Schaefer, would you have purchased Schaefer or Schlitz?
You know, it was funny. I went into Sheetz. I was standing in the back cooler, looking around on the off chance I might find something. Just on the off chance that we'd find what we were looking for.
Oh man, it's the hardest beer to find.
Yeah.
The Busch Light Apple.
Busch Light Apple.
I have not been able to get my hands on the Busch Light Apple. I'm sure all kinds of people are tuning in every week just waiting for it to be Busch Light Apple, but it's easier said than done.
Yeah.
Let us know if you find it.
Yeah, I haven't been able to find it. Like, actually, I did find it on Friday at Wegmans near my house, and I was like, hell yeah. But I knew I was going to be drinking for the next few days, so I was like, you know what? I'm not going to pick it up because then it will – I won't be able to sit on it. I'll drink it, and then I won't have a genuine reaction for the deli. So I didn't buy it. I went to Wegmans today, struck out.
You should have bought it.
So anybody that's listening to this on Thursday, be sure and drop us an email. Feed us
where
something
you
if you
see
see
it.
it, and we'll get it for the weekend for the next podcast.
And you will not get a first reaction out of me because as
Also-
soon as I get it, I'm drinking it.
What?
Also,
not waiting.
while we're talking about things you need to do for us, listeners, I just looked, and you sons of bitches haven't given us a review since February 25th. I know you're sitting around your house with your thumb up your ass. So get off your ass, take 30 seconds, give us a 5-star review, write something funny, and we'll read it on air. It's that simple. Is that too much?
Apparently.
And I my apologies. That's right. That's way too much.
You have to type out a full sentence.
Yeah.
It's brutal.
Push a couple buttons.
It's very difficult. Very difficult.
Yeah.
If you're looking for something easier, just go to Venmo at Inside the Pallet
Yeah.
House. It's so much faster.
Yeah.
So I get it.
Take a little bit of cash.
Speaking of deli, I got hit up by a listener named Ray, who I didn't know was a dedicated listener, and he sent me a picture of the what was it? It was the lemonade.
Oh, the Narragansett.
The Narragansett. He said I took your advice and he listened to it, liked what we had to say, went out and bought it, and he agreed with us. He liked it.
So he's not a big beer drinker.
He's a CrossFit guy. He's in good
Yeah.
shape, so I'm sure he's trying to watch his intake.
Sure.
So,
well, I mean, that's the people that would gravitate towards that beer are probably not big beer drinkers.
Yeah.
And if you're not, it is fantastic.
yeah.
And that thing was good.
So thank you,
and
Ray.
even big beer drinkers will drink. I mean, I drink
Yeah.
it from time to time. But, yeah, that'll appeal to that.
Yep.
Not like the turd I saw you walk in with tonight. I have not had the beer, but I took one look at the label and thought, ugh, looks like a Hams. And then this dude pulls
in
out
with
a
a
Hams.
Hams. Yeah.
And I was like, oh, my God, the stars are aligning.
Yeah.
It is Hams night here at the Pallet House.
This was sitting in the corner, like by itself, kind of tucked all alone. There's
a
so I was
reason
like,
for
Let
that.
me just grab it.
Should have stayed in that corner.
It's like he doesn't
Feels
even
good.
listen to the podcast.
Yeah, did you hear when we reviewed Hams?
No.
Okay, then that's why you're putting it in your mouth,
Yeah.
because that stuff is it's foul. But the loaded Hams is good. You put a little hot sauce in there, little
get
Cholula, a little celery salt or Old Bay or something. That's a tasty beer then.
I'd only try that at the establishment that it's known for.
Yeah, Low Lifes in Folly Beach.
Yeah.
Because I feel like I'd mess that up trying to do it at home.
I've done it at home. It's actually pretty easy. You would think that it'd be more difficult. Nope, It's just a splash of Cholula and some salt. It's really not complicated.
Do you guys have any other beverages that you like to put things in, as far as like peanuts and Coca-Cola or
what? What? Who puts peanuts in Coca-Cola?
I do like cashews in the Coke.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Hold
That's
on,
the
this
thing.
is a thing. Putting legumes and nuts.
Yeah.
Yeah, ancient.
It's a South thing.
The peanut kind of soaks up the caramel flavor, and then you get like caramel peanuts.
You put them in
And the
your
salt,
Coke.
Yeah.
Yeah.
You
Salt,
take
sweet,
a
the whole-
sip out of like a 20-ounce bottle, and you take a sleeve of nuts and drop them in there.
Shut up. This is totally. My mind is blown right now. This is a real thing.
I didn't learn that until college, though. Like, my buddy Josh told me about it.
Yeah. I mean, it's you learn about it eventually, but it's been a thing for
Forever,
decades.
And it's just like, do you eat the peanuts?
Yeah.
Yeah. While you're drinking the drink.
Are they like boiled peanuts at that point, all soggy and nasty?
They kind of. I mean, they're a little soggy, but they're not like.
They're not like boiled.
peanuts.
Yeah.
I will never understand the whole boiled peanuts
Look,
thing.
I'm with you on that. I don't get it. I
I'm
don't
like,
it.
you ruined a peanut. Cool.
Yeah.
And you got a whole slow cooker of it here in your dirty convenience store.
Yeah.
As soon as I see that, I know I'm in the kind of place where it's like,
But
all
you
right,
want
they're
their
gonna
chicken.
Yeah.
Yeah, actually, I do. I see boiled peanuts and I immediately think, better go with the corn dog or the chicken.
Yeah, or the potato wedges.
Yeah, because this place has crap food.
Yeah.
But those places that make crap foods oftentimes have good crappy food. It's just not boiled
Yeah.
peanuts. It's an indication, though.
And it just looks gross and looks a mess.
It's both.
Yeah.
Yes, both of those. It's pretty.
All right,
I bet
foul.
Stu loves
You want to hear
boiled
You want to hear
peanuts.
the origin of this?
Boiled peanuts? Oh, yeah. That'll give
No,
you
not
time
boiled
to-
peanuts. The Coke and peanuts. This is actually pretty interesting. So it originated back in the 1920s when workers with dirty hands didn't want to touch the peanuts. So they would just dump them in their Coke. So people working in the peanut factory. Let's see here. Yeah. Why do you need?
No, it's because it was so full of cocaine that after you had a couple of those, you weren't hungry. So you figured you better get some food in while you can.
Yeah, it's a Southern thing. Let's see here.
That adds up.
1995 Diet Coke. Yeah, 20-ounce Coke. Peanuts.
Yeah, let's listen to Stu mumble through an article.
Yeah, I'm just reading fast.
That just sounds gross to me.
Yeah.
But if
Oh, so it just says workers. Like in the 1920s, when people were working in the industries and factories, their hands would get dirty. They didn't want to touch their peanuts because that was like something they would bring with them to eat.
I mean, I get that.
And they would just drop them down in their Coke and.
It's super efficient.
Yeah, but
It's
there's
just
a bag
gross.
of peanuts that you just pour directly in your mouth.
Yeah,
Yeah, that's
absolutely.
true.
So shoveling a turd in your mouth, but it's not, super convenient. It's right here. Doesn't sound good. Oh, look, it's right here.
Think of it as the working man's strawberries and champagne.
Don't. Don't think of it that way.
Yeah, that's not even close.
Like, that's foul.
Hey, honey, I got you a special drink tonight.
Champagne
Coke
with strawberries.
and peanuts.
I've been putting strawberries in my in my water because I'm a fancy lad. So I'm a big screen door mortgage Yeti cup.
Yeah.
And I'll slice strawberries and throw them in there and then just fill it up all day. So I have strawberry water because I'm fancy. And then I saw something online where this lady put salt and water and soaked strawberries in it. And then when she pulled it out, there's worms crawling out of the strawberries. Apparently, there's these worms that get in a certain percentage of the strawberries we eat.
To make
They're
sure that you
little
clean it
teeny
out.
tiny worms.
Uh-huh.
And
Yeah.
the salt drowns
Forces
them,
them
and
out,
then they
yeah.
freak out and they come out.
Right.
And now I'm like, oh my God, how many worms have I had?
Well,
doing
you've cut
this?
them up, so you're good.
That doesn't help.
Yeah, but is she getting rid of the worms and then keeping the strawberries to eat?
Well, now you
Is
got a
that how-
salty ass strawberry. No,
Yeah,
she was
it's
just
doing it-
proving.
Oh, that
and I don't
there's-
know. I don't know if this is rampant. If this is a fake thing. If this was a viral. I don't know.
Things
what
aren't
I'm
fake
dealing
on the
with.
internet.
You would think, but Stu's got a PhD in bad knowledge from the internet. Are you Googling it right now, Stu?
It just says according to TikTokers.
Yeah, see? So that's a fact.
Strawberries
go to
and
Snopes.
salt water. BuzzFeed. Why are worms coming out of my strawberries going
See?
viral?
It's disgusting. So now I'm freaked out that I've been enjoying, my fancy ass has been enjoying worms all the time. It's not It's not good.
That's what you get for
They're
trying
just-
to be high class.
They're just taking strawberries right off the vine and dumping them in the water. That's all they're doing. They're not dicing them up or getting them from the refrigerator or from grocery store.
Well, you got to process them.
But they all come off the vine.
Yeah, but this is like these are just the worms
So I
are
should
more
go-
than likely there.
I should go pick some of the piss strawberries over here.
Well, the ones that you're getting from the store, they've been chemicalized and all that good stuff, so you're better for it.
Yeah, I got to stop watching fruit get processed. Like, I saw one guy did this thing where he got all the wax off an apple and like was able to make candles and stuff. And I'm just like, how much wax am I eating?
Yeah.
Like, everything's, I don't know, but I haven't
Look at your-
stopped.
look at
I
your-
haven't
You ever
stopped
f-
eating any of it.
Well, why do you think your cornflakes stay crispy in milk so long? Wax.
No,
Cornflakes are waxed?
They got a coating on them.
don't tell me this. I don't want to know. Kellogg wouldn't do that to me.
No.
Stand up dude who ran a sanatorium.
I remember last time I ate a bowl of cereal.
You know, that's how cereal even started. Dr. Kellogg ran a sanatorium and was constantly worried about like trying to fix people with mental health issues, and one of the things he thought was this like high fiber diet.
Yeah.
So he created this, and then people started leaving this high end sanatorium, and they were like, "I want that breakfast that you had." So they started making those, or actually, it was like his brother that started making them. Really pissed him off. But the Kellogg's empire was born out of a insane asylum.
That's crazy.
Yeah,
Damn.
it's wild.
Who
The
would
more-
have known?
The more you know, right? Because all I do is sit around on the weekend listening to podcasts. So it's like,
Yep.
I'm listening to some podcasts now about bikers and like some undercover FBI agent. And I'm just like, I'm all in.
Oh, like the 1%ers?
No, it's called like Deep Cover, and it's all about like in the 80s. So,
Yeah, the motorcycle club guy.
yeah.
Yeah.
He had to go undercover to like bust some drug ring, and I was like, I'm digging it. I'm digging it.
Sounds pretty cool.
Spending some time with it. Well, I know you like all those crime podcasts.
Oh, yeah.
I just can't get behind them because as soon as they end up getting somewhere where there's kids involved in the crime, like it skeeves me
Yeah.
out, and I can't do it.
A lot of them are kid related, which is weird.
That's no fun.
I was sitting on a plane once, and I had like this, so you know it was in the past. And I had headphones on. I was listening to your Sword and Scale podcast, and they had this like dungeon like with kids in it, and this dude's Epsteining everything, and like it's just a fucked up world. And I'm so uncomfortable because I don't like flying.
Yeah.
So I'm already uncomfortable, but now I'm like, this is the only podcast I've downloaded, so I'm all getting creeped out. I'm so uncomfortable. People are like, "Do you want anything?" I'm like, "I'm good. I'm good. Just leave me alone." Like,
Don't touch me.
yeah, dude, I came off that plane not ready for my meeting. I'll tell you that.
It's in a funky mood, just a bad mood.
Just a weird
Yeah.
mood, man. I wasn't pleased with it. That is for sure.
Yeah, some of them are pretty tough to listen to.
It's pretty funny though. Like nowadays, when I see an airplane going across the sky, I'm like, "Damn, I hadn't seen one of those in a while."
Yeah, it feels like the 1800s,
Yeah.
1900s.
Yeah.
Like this thing flies over.
The plane.
I saw one flew over my house last night, and it was like I could hear it, and I was like, "What is that?"
So I know
Your
my
reptilian brain kicking in.
Yeah, exactly.
I know for sure my one client's not listening, so I can tell this story. But
Take a gamble.
put a client out. They bought a house, loved it, everything was great, fit all their parameters. They were like they loved the neighborhood.
They didn't like
Super-
the kid dungeon.
Super quiet. Yeah, didn't like the kid.
How many
dungeon.
kids can I keep in this basement? Asking for a friend.
Super quiet, and I
Yeah,
just
so that's gonna be a 4% commission because I have standards.
kept my mouth shut. I didn't say much, and I just was like, "Yeah, all of these things that you're saying are true, and it's great."
Right by the airport.
And it's literally 2 blocks from the runway, and they weren't paying attention. And I just didn't know what to say because I mean I could have said
If you want to buy a house, please reach out to
Yeah,
Stu.
yeah, yeah.
You can find him
They were-
inside
they
the
were-
ballot house
I mean-
at gmail.com.
How are they not paying attention?
they just
Because
I
it was
didn't-
during COVID.
right.
Oh.
That
They
makes
bought,
more
we
sense.
we saw the house back in April 15th. Closed a little while ago. I mean, it took about 45 days, but I'm just saying. I was like, well, yeah, you know where you are. I assumed that, and I wasn't going to say anything. I was like, you know where we are. We've been looking all over. You know, Sandston is right next to
Yeah.
the airport.
I would have felt obligated to say something.
I wouldn't.
It's not my. I mean, I'm doing all I can for the house itself. They like the
I would have
location.
done a throwaway comment though, like, and proximity to the airport is super
So
convenient.
if you travel a lot,
I didn't know.
So
what
are
to
they
say.
pissed?
So no, they closed. They moved in.
no, because
I talk to them every once in a while, and they're
COVID.
happy. But
yeah.
I don't know.
when they start dumping dookie on the way into the airport, they're not going to be pleased.
Is it a shit dump of a place?
No, nope.
When I hear airport in Sanson, I think that place sucks.
There's some nice stuff around there.
This is the high end.
Yeah.
I'd say it's the higher upper end of the 2s, 4-bedroom. About 2,000 square feet.
like a 2.5.
Yeah.
Would he give it?
Yeah,
During COVID, it's a 7.
Except you're still in Sanson, so the schools suck.
no kids.
Yeah, you don't have to worry about schools. Kids can't even hear for the planes. It's not a great setup.
How do you rank schools if everybody's online?
That's a very interesting question. They're all going to go down to 2s. It's going to be wild. Pretty excited about my kids being home all next year, let me tell you.
It's going to be anarchy.
Yeah, that should be fun. Dude, I'm watching. So you guys, I'm staring at this stupid screen, and it's just in
It's
weather
going to burn
delay.
out.
It's riveting.
You're gonna burn out.
I was so excited that baseball was back. Like, I got all fired up on Cubs opening day, and like,
Thanks for the invite.
yeah, hooked you up, and like, when it came back here with the fam and cooked up Chicago dogs, and it was awesome. Like, really exciting. Got back to baseball. Here we are 4 days later, and now 14 Marlins test positive for coronavirus.
So you think this weather delay is true, or is it just they got nothing to show?
I don't know. But like, I was so excited, and I was like, okay, they're doing all right. Like, there's no one in the stands. Like, maybe they can pull this off, because it does sound like the way like the NBA is doing it with the bubble and the NHL. Like, it increases your odds dramatically that you're gonna pull this off, whereas baseball is still traveling around, going to different places, and these people are out in the community. There's no bubble for baseball.
Yeah, because what I heard, they were saying that baseball's got to be fluid, and like the Marlins got stuck in Philadelphia with all the positive tests, and they couldn't fly out.
Yeah, even Florida didn't want them.
Get to wherever their next game
Go
was.
now, get.
So you got half of the Florida Marlins team is infected. Like, isn't that going to send a tremendous ripple effect through baseball, considering there's only 60 games? It's like 2.5 months.
Yeah.
And these dudes are down for 14 days.
Yeah.
So now you've just lost 2 weeks. I mean, that's a big chunk of the season that all those teams that were supposed to play them can't play them.
They should just shut them all down.
We're going live back to baseball.
So don't you think that it's very possible that
The season shuts down?
that the whole damn thing's going to get shut down?
Well, the question they have to deal with is whether it's how good is it for baseball now to continue just try and put sports out there, or is it better for the next season if you just lay off, like just stop?
Does anyone care anymore?
Yes.
Not a lot of people care.
About sports?
Yeah.
Everyone cares about sports.
No, I don't.
Well, you're crazy.
Well,
I'm fired up.
You know what sports are going through the roof? Kayaking, swimming, hiking, jogging,
Breathing.
breathing. All those things that aren't the top 5 sports.
Yeah, Korean baseball. I saw a great story the other day when it was just Korean baseball that Vegas, like, someone had put the wrong time, and whoever sets the lines in Vegas, they set the time, they set the lines, and when they set that time, like, that's it. Like, that's the time that it'll stop, because
You got to have all bets in by then.
yeah, everyone's just looking and going, okay, 7:00 start time. Well, apparently they had screwed up something, like the site they checked didn't have like the West Coast time,
So they had it until the game was over?
almost.
Oh, no.
And so the bettors are sitting there going,
I'll take the over.
the Korean Sox
Yeah.
are up by 4. So I think I'm going to go ahead and just take the Korean Sox. So they lost their shirt,
I'm a huge fan of the Korean Sox.
and they had no idea what had happened, and the bets just kept coming in.
And that dude lost his job.
Yeah.
Yeah, he definitely did.
That's
But apparently they noticed, like, they'd been getting bets all day on all the different, Korean baseball games, and then this one game, just started getting hammered and hammered and hammered.
Got a shit ton.
Yeah, everyone's coming in.
The action on the Korean socks is through the roof today. What's going on?
Who picked up the almanac from Back to the Future?
Yeah, like they got, and everyone's taking the over. Everyone's taking the same team. Like it just keeps coming in, like the same two bets, and they're like, "What the hell is happening right now?" And yeah, Vegas ended up losing their ass.
Speaking of baseball, when I came over here the other night after the Cubs game, which sent me home hazy the next morning. Appreciate
Cool.
it.
You invite Stu, but not me.
No, I invited myself.
I see where the
I just
pecking
showed up.
A couple
order
people
is.
came over.
Yeah.
Well, weren't you out back with like 4 of your friends?
Friday, was this Friday night?
Yeah.
Yeah, like late night.
No, when I talked to you, you had 4 people in your yard, and we were in like the 5th inning.
Yeah, that's my point.
I don't get it.
Well, so what I was getting at was
Asshole.
I couldn't remember which game it was I was watching, but they had the cardboard cutouts of fans in the seats behind home plate.
Yeah.
The pictures on those cardboard cutouts were for sale for people to buy of themselves to put on TV.
Which is awesome.
Yeah,
but,
like $300.
Yeah, but I'm just saying, would you pay to have yourself in the background?
You know the meme of Wood?
Yeah.
What's his first name?
Yeah.
Something Wood.
Mister.
Something Wood. But we've all seen it. Giant man with the huge dong hanging out. He's just sitting there.
Did somebody put his face on it?
Dude, someone got Wood in the stands.
Nice.
And so he was just sitting there with that look on his face. Now, obviously, it was just like the waist up.
Yeah.
But here's this giant pecs, and and you see that dude's face, and you're like, it's fucking Wood. Wood's in the crowd.
That's awesome.
I can tell you the one thing that I have noticed from the games just because of COVID is who the fucking seat sponsors are. Like Delta sponsored some team the other night. This has got Lexus.
Here.
I'm like, well, that's great that Lexus put their name on the seats, but nobody sees those typically, and now it's prime advertising.
Because when you sit down at a fucking baseball game, you're like, oh, Lexus sponsored these seats. I will gladly buy a Lexus now.
I should.
I still don't understand how advertising works.
Some of this stuff, I'm like, why are you sponsoring that? But
yeah.
I was enjoying baseball, but I fear that we have about a week. I predict it now. Mark it down. It's a fact.
Uh-oh.
Oh,
write it down.
So a week and Cubs have best record. Do they win this season?
Yes. In my mind.
No.
Cubs win.
Every 100 years they win.
10 wins, 2 losses. Cubs
Or
win.
shortened season. Pandemic years, and actually they didn't win in 1918.
No.
So you are correct, because we had 07 and 08.
Yeah.
Those were our big years.
I mean, that's like when the Houston Rockets won the NBA on that shortened season. It was only like 40-some-odd games.
I don't even remember that.
Yeah, it was back then.
The Rockets won the 2...
It was a shortened season.
The Rockets won the 2
When
championships
Jordan was
when
gone.
Jordan retired.
And one of those was a lockout season.
Yeah, one was...
Oh, yeah, because that's what pushed Jordan officially out. He was like, fuck it. I want to go play baseball.
Yeah.
I'm out. Because I no longer believe in the gambling conspiracy.
Oh, we've walked away from that?
Yeah, I don't think so.
Mike Jackson, one of our listeners, he sent me a podcast. I listened to it. It did not sway me, but it did make some interesting arguments. And then I watched the 20 for 20 or the
30 for 30.
The Last Dance, and just seeing how beat up he was, I was like, actually, I think he might have just walked away. Doesn't mean he wasn't gambling too much and there wasn't like other factors, but I don't think it was the cause anymore.
Well, I think his dad dying kind of pushed him too.
It definitely messed him up more than I had realized at the time. Because Mike never called me at that time. He rarely reached out.
Oh, y'all were on outs?
Yeah, apparently we weren't super tight. I think he was upset that I'd moved to Arizona. And then I was moving to D.C. All these things got, he did follow me.
It's hard on him.
It was. It was. Because that was the one friend he had. That and the dude with the perm.
I feel for him. Yeah.
That dude with the perm was dope. Like the security guy. I was like, this guy's not a security guy. He's like, okay. I'll take it. I'll take the guy with the perm. Why not? But
So
the Marlins have fucked baseball. I think it's officially... I don't see how you can run a season if one team literally cannot play.
Well,
yeah, because it'll mess all the numbers up, right?
Yeah, you can't. So now, there's... the Phillies don't play for 3 days. Then the next team, they don't play for a few days. So now everybody's screwed.
It's a domino effect.
Unless you just take all the Marlins games out and everyone has an
We're
equal
talking
amount.
baseball, dude, not dominoes. I don't think that has anything to do with this.
It's one after the next.
I believe Papa John sponsors them.
Papa John sponsors Domino's.
No, baseball.
That's good.
They should, dude. When that dude Shatner fell off, like they should have immediately been like, we sponsor Domino's. Like allow that trickle down to fuck him over.
Man. So what'd you guys do this weekend, though?
Well, so did watch the Cubs game. That was good.
I mean, outside of baseball.
Troy had a rager.
I had a big old shindig. And
how much the shirts cost you?
I don't know. I didn't. We had custom shirts made.
Troy is literally wearing a shirt right now that says "Dads with Crabs."
Yeah, that was the name of our party, Dads with Crabs.
Who wants to go to the crab party? Like a crab feast, but Dads with Crabs sounds a little
awesome,
intimidating in all the wrong ways.
So we picked up some crabs the other day, but how did you? Did you guys get a whole bunch of them? I mean,
we got a couple bushels.
You didn't have a hard time finding them.
Place up the street called Bay Seafood or something like that.
Joe the chef.
Yeah,
we should have known. Joe the
chef
chef had an inn. They had crabs. They had shrimp. I honestly didn't think there would be much in the way of crabs over there, and then I stopped in for a little bit. And the reason I stopped in was one of the weirdest requests I've ever gotten in my life. Troy hit me up the night before and said that a bunch of the guys actually wanted to try Malort. And I was like,
what?
Interesting, okay. And he was like, no, seriously, there's a bunch of guys here that want to try Malort. They're going to be here tomorrow. Do you mind bringing by a bottle? And I was like,
yeah, so
I can arrange for that.
So I'm on this group text with, there's 9 of us in the neighborhood.
They all have crabs.
They're all dads, and we all have crabs. And we're all members of the pool, and during the COVID thing, we've been hanging out a lot together. And everybody's married and has kids, so our kids been hanging out a lot together. And we were doing Zoom hangouts, and then when it released, we started drinking in the driveway and hanging out. And Brendan's met a bunch of them. He's Zoomed with them a couple times. A couple of them have been over here, like Joe the chef. He's been on the podcast.
Yeah.
So about a month and a half ago, we're like, we should do a crab fest. We're like, yeah. And then one guy's like, we should get shirts made. And everybody's like, of course. So everybody threw in $100. We all chipped in. We got a keg, Everybody helped out. We spent all day Saturday prepping for it. Had all the wives and kids over. Had tons of shrimp, tons of crabs. Did a shrimp boil. I grilled hamburgers and hot dogs. Had potato salad, the whole 9 yards. And the night before, everybody's like, and this is where it gets really confusing for me because Brendan. First off, everybody wants to do Malort, which I was like, okay,
that is
pretty bad.
Step one.
So then Brendan and Matt come over. Brendan and Matt come over to the party, which we were kind of keeping it really low key just for the numbers' sake, and plus, we'd all paid. We didn't want to
It was pretty
a ton
low
of
key.
people.
It wasn't crazy. Everyone was distant.
It's like 30-some people, and it was in the whole yard.
That's a felony.
No,
it's up now. It's up to 250 now.
250?
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
Oh, then that was lame.
Yeah. So Brendan and Matt show up, his neighbor, and he's like, what? He's like, why do they want to do Malort? And this is where I'm really. These dudes think Brendan's cool. I'm at a loss for words. Like they just think he's cool.
So
they're always
smart.
like, whenever I'm talking about the Pallet House or hanging out with Brendan, they're like, man, you gotta get him over. He needs to come. He needs to come hang out.
Little they know I'm scared shitless of everybody. I'm just like, I don't want to be around anybody. They're like, bring him. Why won't he come over? Like, because I assume you're all infected.
Yeah.
Shows up with a hazmat suit.
You're
exactly.
You're admitting to having crabs. So what else do you really have?
Yeah, and how did you all get crabs? Because that means one of your friends is a fucking stud. Is how that works. Like one of your buddies gets around.
But what else does this shirt say? Because it's pretty cool.
Dads with Crabs, Crab Fest 2020.
Yeah, and it's got a picture of a crab holding
a gator
over its head over a bite.
It's cool. It's definitely cool. Yeah, so I got to take a shot of Malort. I think we poured 9 or 12.
Well, it was 9 of us plus you and Matt.
It was a lot. Half a bottle of
Malort
went down in one.
And almost everybody there hadn't had it.
There was one dude.
Did anybody say yay?
His face turned flat out red, and he just looked like I'd killed his dog. It was hilarious.
Did you do this
to
room
watch.
temperature or chilled?
I actually had it slightly chilled because it was in a cooler on the way over.
Okay.
And I'd forgotten to take it out and let it sit in the sun. Which I actually wanted them to feel the full pain of the Malort.
So next Crab Fest, you're going to bring a little bit of
I don't think I'm invited to any more Crab Fests. But I definitely had shots with all of them. That was really cool. Got to see Terrence there as well.
So I'm gonna read some of the text on the group text from this was yesterday afternoon in reference to the Malort.
No, I'm sure these are all good.
What does a punch in the face taste like? Just try Malort. How about this? When you're putting your kid's shoes on and it's getting to be time to replace them, that's the way they smell is how Malort tastes. It's like swallowing a burnt condom full of gas.
That's actually fairly accurate. That's pretty close.
So then one of the dads was like, I feel like we need to make a dad text donation to the ITPH Venmo for all the Malort shots. What's it cost them for 12 shots? Maybe like $1.25?
You would be surprised the amount of shipping and effort and money it takes to get
Someone
Malort
else
here.
says, I'm in for 25 cents. And then another guy says, I'll take 26 back for putting me through the pain and suffering. And someone else says, they should pay you to dispose of that sewage.
I wish they would. It costs a lot of money to get that crap.
Well, that's
here.
what I was telling. I was like, the funny thing is you can't even have it here.
Yeah.
You can't get it here.
It's the one ABC law Virginia got right. Everything else
Malort.
Everything else they got wrong, but nope.
Man,
I enjoy taking a shot of Malort with someone who's ever done it just to be a part of it because I know what to expect now. But
I take that stuff all the time. It's really odd. I'm like, oh, you want one? Let's do it. I don't know.
The first is the worst.
Yeah, it's the exact opposite of sex.
Yeah.
Yeah.
You know?
And then you try and sexy it up with some au jus sauce, and it goes south quick.
That was a bad decision.
That was really bad.
But
yeah, you saw, and I have some pictures. My wife was taking pictures of everybody. You saw some faces turn, and they got to go through the 5 stages of taking a Malort shot where they're like, oh, it's not bad.
I love that. The first 3 seconds are my favorite because everyone's like, I don't get it. Like, what's the big? What just happened?
Then you exhale.
It
hits
your belly.
Yeah.
Then they
taking your shot of Malort's a lot like putting your dick in a glory hole. You're like,
you're not sure.
Hey, this isn't bad. And then you peek around and you're like, that was a mistake.
There's a gentleman over there.
Yeah, and he's not even hot. He's a toothless wonder.
Then they do
it's Joe Exotic's husband.
Oh shit!
Then they chase it with the beer, because the beer's going to get rid of it. Oh no!
Here it comes.
It's intensified.
Yeah, Malort's amazing in that respect.
I'm the more I have of it, the more impressed I am with it.
That's the weird thing.
It's kind of like it's designed to be like that gross.
It's great. I don't know why.
It doesn't seem like it would be an accident.
But is there anywhere else outside of Chicago that this is just a thing?
No, God, no.
What does that say about Chicagoans?
They're stronger.
They're 7s.
Actually, you know what though? I wouldn't. Coming from that area and being up there during the coldest winter I'd ever experienced, that's probably something you would want to keep you warm. I mean, I was there from October to February, and that was just colder. I'd never.
Yeah.
It's probably taking to keep you.
Malort's a special drink, but I enjoyed taking a shot with all those guys so much. I came home, and then Matt and I ended up riding our bikes back over there, which is always a good idea to travel through the night
after a shot of Malort.
Malort it up, and we rode our bikes back over there, and we timed it perfectly because Troy had told me they were going to watch a movie with the kids on a big screen outside, like a projector, and he was like, "We're going to start it at 8." And Matt was over here raring to go 8:30, and I was like, I'm not going. Absolutely not. I want no part of that.
Yeah.
Give it time. Have a beer. We left. Dude, we pulled up on our bikes, and the credits started rolling, and it was mass exodus. All the parents grabbing their kids. All the wives grabbing these drunk-ass men and dragging them out. And I was like, perfect. We stood in the corner back in the shadows, drank a beer. They all scattered, and then it was just a very small crew. I was like, this is perfect.
Yeah.
And then I don't know what happened, but that's what ruined me for the weekend. I ended up coming back after you went to bed, and I sat out here and drank.
I think I checked out
at
at midnight. I was like, I got to go inside. I'm done.
I drank till 4 and was up at 9
Oh.
to go deal with, like, the kids had stuff that had to happen. And I spent the whole day working in the yard. Working on the truck, sans dildo this time. I did not have any dildos.
Didn't have the right tool for the job this time, huh?
I did not, unfortunately. But I was, I was a little disappointed I couldn't get a dildo to do any work.
That was a pretty good. I mean, I listened back to that. That was a good one.
Yes.
Well, anytime you get a guy jamming a, sex toy up against a car for a while and
enjoying it,
I was having a blast. Having a blast. But I was so inspired that I actually worked on the truck again all weekend. Almost destroyed my hand, though.
What was this part?
Making the seat fold forward again.
Oh, passenger seat?
I ended up scoring a part on eBay that I've been looking for. Everyone wants like $150 for this part. And then I found some guy that had pulled one out of the Japanese version, but I knew what it was called.
Oh.
And I'm like, that's the same truck, and this guy's is $25. He's like, I'm ordering it, and I placed the order. And that was a bit of a gamble because who knows if they change.
eBay, yeah.
Who knows if they change anything. But
it panned out.
It panned out perfectly, except for like at one point I had the seat. Like it's got this giant spring because the seat goes back, and then it's got really powerful spring. And then when you flip the seat, it slams forward because the spring gets released.
So for the people to egress in and out of
from the back. I doubt it.
757 number.
That's random.
Could be a work number.
Oh, you want me just to take
Call
this?
back.
You want me to take this random
Sure.
call? It's not going to be. And we're back. That was awkward.
That was magic.
That was hilarious.
That was whack, dude. We tried to take a call. So you guys, I'll probably edit it right to where the phone started ringing. It kept calling back. So we were like, oh.
It's important.
Must be Ely. And then this guy started giving out all kinds of like pertinent information about me. I'm like, yo, dude, you're on the air right now. Yeah. You're going to have to go.
Yeah, but it sounds like the rash will clear up.
Thank you, Troy.
Is that covered by insurance?
Nobody knows. Nobody knows. That's not what the call was for. But that was weird. He's like, is this Brendan? And I'm like, yep. And then he starts dropping like details. He dropped my age, and then he dropped like my mortgage amount.
Kind of funny that like.
I was like, what are you calling about, dude?
What if it wasn't Brendan?
The funny thing is he was calling to sell you something on top of what you already have.
Oh, absolutely.
Which you should, you don't need anyone to think he was
But
talking
you did
about.
tell him he was on a podcast.
Yeah, I go, your timing's really bad. I'm recording a podcast right now, and you are on the air. And he was like, okay, God bless.
Did we save his name? We should put it out there.
No. That was
We keep
somebody
talking about letting people call in. We need to get people to call in.
Not that dude.
No, but I'm saying.
Yeah.
Now I got to edit the podcast. This dude just took an hour from my life. It only took 10 seconds here, but he just took an hour because I don't know what I'm doing. Now I'm going to have to splice and move and shift.
The listeners won't know, though, because you're so silky smooth.
Honestly, by the time I'm done, it will be silky smooth. But, dude. Okay, well, now I've lost track of how far we're in, so I'm going to assume we're at deli time.
Yeah.
Oh.
So why don't you bring out this Hams lookalike, this turd?
Don't judge before. Sue, why are you banging on the mic? The mics work.
Yeah, but
The equipment's all good.
he's got some issues. You good? Well, jiggle your part.
That's
I don't know which one's yours, so play with it. Is it working yet for you? Well, I can see based on your
Now
disappointment.
mine doesn't work.
This is going great.
All right.
Can we get some cups over here?
I got-
we're gonna need to get some.
I got a cup.
There we go.
I got a cup, so.
All right, I'll go grab a cup.
No,
Can you grab a
can
second
have
one?
the can. I'll drink out of this cup. We only need one cup.
Oh, he's going to give me the can. We're good to go.
You're good.
So this is what we got here again? I'm looking at it.
Oh, 'cause I assume you must have tried this beer in the past. Then you already
Yeah.
have an opinion here. Okay, that makes sense. So
This was
beer-
given to me by Joe the chef. He went camping.
Oh, fuck that!
He
Are you serious?
Yeah.
Joe the chef,
Joe the chef.
the guy who brought us DKML,
Yeah. So he's
and then
batting 1,000.
put placenta in a cup and called it a Christmas drink.
Oh, that was God. That was
What was his Christmas drink? I forgot about it.
It was the one that
Placenta
had,
and milk.
Oh, yeah.
Had a lot of floating parts.
Yeah, so...
It's rich in
because it
stem
curdled,
cells.
right? It curdled up.
Yeah, it's rich in stem cells.
This he went camping in Pennsylvania and found this up there, and I think Stu has some info on it. I don't know much
Did you
about
find
it.
it at the campsite?
This is called Lucky Strike beer,
There's no write-up.
and it appears to be an
Lucky
Anheuser-Busch.
Streak.
Oh, Lucky Streak. Okay, so no nicotine.
Yeah, we're not lighting this.
Anheuser-Busch. Okay, so it is an Anheuser-Busch product. I'm assuming they have skipped the beechwood aging process on this one because this, I got to be honest, this looks disgusting.
It says Lucky Streak is an Anheuser-Busch product. It's a golden ale, and it's 4.2% alcohol. And I can't find it anywhere on an Anheuser-Busch website. This is all from, like, reviews
this is
and stuff.
Exactly a Joe the Chef.
It looks like it's made to be cheap and compete with the cheap beers of the world.
You are on point because I did read.
Oh, here we go.
There you go.
Should go
Sure
to Beer
am excited.
Advisor and see what it says, or Beer Advocate.
This is that's where it was. At
Well, I
Advocate.
tell you, it doesn't smell like hams on the nose. It's got a perfectly acceptable nose. Thank God, because I'm not expecting a lot out of this beer at all.
Well, most light beers aren't known
Wow.
for having a lot of flavor and taste anyway.
I don't know.
Ooh, I like the aluminum. That's
The metallic?
nice. Yeah, that's. I like how the can leaches into the beer.
So, like,
It's hard to do that.
Let's see here. I did find the article from August of 2018 that said they created this beer in 2018 to compete with Bud Light, Natural Light, Coors Light, and Miller Light.
But it's not light, so they've already.
It's not light? I thought it was.
It doesn't say light.
Well, it doesn't say
Lucky
light,
Strike
but
beer.
Yeah.
Two different
Lucky
fonts.
Streak.
Damn it!
Lucky Streak. I mean,
You
if
got-
you
you
so
got
I do have to
cigarettes
say,
on them.
I do have to say, based on what you're looking at here, this is a throwback. It's kind of like Art Deco kind of labeling.
It looks like the beer your dad would drink like after working all
If he
day.
lost his job.
Yeah.
Yeah.
He bought a sixer on the way home from his coal mining job.
It's like they took the word beer direct from an old Schaefer can or a Schlitz.
Yeah.
That's
Schlitz.
that's the Schlitz font for beer.
Yeah.
They got the hops,
Lucky Streak. Yeah, and the hops looks
the wheat, and the
ominously
golden.
like a cicada eating a piece of barley.
Yeah.
So I don't trust this at all.
Doesn't this look like the beer your dad would drink that would never go in a cooler or off the sixer ring? He'd just pull one at a time.
Yeah, it
as
just
it
sits
sat
there and
next to him.
gets warm.
Yeah.
This is what he's having right before I got spanked.
Maybe hanging it off his belt loop.
Yeah, this is the one. You see your dad drinking this, you know you're in trouble.
Yeah.
You're catching a whooping.
Yeah, because hey, so's mom, so's your brother, so's your sister. Like, it's not a good scene. This beer,
Yeah, so unfortunately you can't even get it around here. So sorry guys. I know we try to pick local stuff usually.
don't worry, you're not going to want it.
That's not fair. Stu, you want to go first? Or you want me to go first?
You can go for it.
Troy, you've had it.
Yeah.
You go
I've had
Forrest,
this beer. I like
Stu
this
said.
beer. It's obviously not full of anything. It's
Literally.
it's light. It's tastes like almost nothing. This is literally straight down the road 2.5. Like there's nothing to write home about, but it's not offensive. It is just, to me, it's like a natural light. It's like the cheap light beers. It's not even like a Bud Light or a Coors Light. It's got less going on than those.
It's got very little
Right?
going on.
Yeah.
But it's not bad. To me, it's not bad. I don't taste that metallic taste. Maybe it's because I poured it in a cup. But it doesn't taste bad or offensive. It is just very bland.
I mean, it does just disappear.
Yes.
Like
Yeah.
you're not left with anything lingering, whether it's a flavor or
Yeah.
a taste or anything like that. But I mean, I think it'd be one of those 6-packs that you're carrying in, and everybody's gonna be like, "What the hell does he have?"
This is guaranteed the last 6 beers at the camp out. That's what this
Yeah.
is. In fact, that's how Joe got them.
Probably.
At the end of the camp out, they reached in the cooler.
I think he said he bought like a case of them or something. It was like, it cost him like $18 or something.
This is the beer you bring to a party. You put in the refrigerator.
This is the beer you
And-
bring if you don't want to show up empty-handed, but you don't want to drink it.
And
Like,
you
you're
don't
going to
care-
drink everyone else's beer.
Or you could,
or you can drink. Nobody's gonna drink your beer.
or
That's
you're cool
true.
with leaving half your beer there.
True.
It's not like you brought a tasty beer and you're like, man, I kind of want to take that home.
Yeah,
Like, you're
$40
like,
12 pack.
Yeah, you're like, you keep this. I wasn't empty-handed, so there you go.
Stu, why don't you go ahead and
It's par 2.5.
dude, it is.
I mean, I agree with everything that Troy said, and I can't. I mean, it's got a pretty cool, like I said, kind of Art Deco old school label.
I mean,
so I mean, it's just
2.5.
It's a beer, yeah, 2.5.
So I hate this beer.
Like you said, it could just say beer on it.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I hate this beer because of how it looks.
Yeah.
Now
really?
Now that I've gotten past that, nothing to it. I'm not even going to hold its looks against it because now that I've tasted it, the looks are spot on.
Yeah.
They're exactly what it should look like. A handful of stars, couple different fonts.
Yeah.
Like a shitty color scheme that just screams, if you can't afford hams, this beer's fine.
It screams.
But doesn't this scream everything that was all about the late 70s?
If this was in a bottle, I would appreciate this label so much more.
This looks like it says I'm poor on it.
No, I think Stu's probably accurate. It looks
I want
like
to see this beer in Dazed and Confused. That's what I want to see.
yeah, this does look like you should see drinking it up at the Moon Tower.
Exactly.
I don't hate this beer. I actually have nothing against this
No.
beer. I wanted to hate it. You know I wanted to
Yeah.
hate it. I came into this wanting to absolutely pan it. The truth is, if I had to pick a flavor, I'd say it's malty a little.
Yeah.
Like, if anything,
Hardly.
it does give me a slight aftertaste that I'm unfamiliar with in my mouth. So I don't know what that is, but it's
That's probably, like Troy said, the aluminum. You don't get that much.
you know that you know if you drink 24 beers and you have that one lucid moment, you kind of like pick up on what your mouth tastes like. You're like, ugh. I kind of taste like an asshole,
Yeah.
I'm sure. This is like, it'll fast forward you to that moment without getting you drunk. Like, it does give you that, like, beer mouth. So, like, no one's going to want to kiss you. But you're one cigarette away from covering it up.
Yep.
That's what this beer screams. This beer is what you buy. You get a pack of Camel Lights, some Lucky Streak. You head on out to the party. You're set.
It is kind of weird that you can't even find anything on it, and it's a macro brew. It's from Anheuser-Busch. Like,
The flavor is so mellow, though.
yeah.
Like, there's nothing to it. It's basically like they skipped the Beechwood aging process, but still packaged they cut the vat in half, Beechwood aged half of it, just put the rest in the can.
You think first-time drinkers would like that because it's so mellow?
Yeah, it's going to remind them of everything that makes them nervous about beer. But yes,
Yeah.
this is 100 times better than MGD.
Yeah.
It's got less flavor than a Miller High Life, which is hard to say, but it's because it's less effervescent than a Miller High Life.
Yeah.
It's better than a Beast, full flavor red.
Yeah.
Well, I
It's
just
better
found
than a Beast.
it's 93 calories with 5.3 grams of carbs.
So it is a sub-100 calorie beer. It is a light beer by definition.
Is that on Beer Advocate? Do they have a ranking on it?
No, Beer Advocate. Oh, 3.2 is what Beer
Out
Advocate's
of
give.
10, right?
2. No, I'm sorry. There's 3.2 is the average, and then another site has it as 2.7 out of 5.
What I find interesting about this beer
So about where we have it.
is if you put this in an American lager or light beer showdown,
Ooh,
there's no way this would come in last.
Yeah.
No
I
chance.
was gonna say you get lost.
Yeah,
you wouldn't-
it'll just get absolutely lost in the shuffle.
Yeah.
And you'll end up putting it middle of the road, if not near the top, because it's so agreeable
Yeah.
and its lack of flavor. So do I want it? No. Do I hate it? Absolutely not.
Yeah.
I would drink this again, and I wouldn't drink a lot of shitty beers. So it's a 2.5.
Yeah.
And I'm saying that like it's the best 2.5 I can give.
Oh, yeah. Like,
Do you know what I mean? Like,
No,
I'm not
I-
trying to dog it.
no, I'm agreeing with you 100%. And, like, I'd had it before, and that's kind of that's the exact angle I was coming at. It's like,
This is the strongest 2.5 you can give.
It has
2.6.
it has no negatives,
No positives.
but no positives. So
Yeah.
it's literally right down the middle. Like,
Troy, just
the
so you
best positives is it doesn't have a negative, right?
yeah.
The beer's been out since August of 2018.
Sold 4
And
cases.
Beer Advocate, to your point, it's had 7 people review it.
That's why its number's so
4
high.
years.
It'll net out at 2.5.
It's 2.45.
Yeah, see that we're already there. Water's already found its level.
You probably don't get a lot of people reviewing it on Beer Advocate because you got to review the cool beers, like the super micro stuff. Like you're not getting cool points.
You do. This is not going to get you any cool points.
But if I would buy this if I saw it out somewhere.
If I had limited dollars in my pocket and I was going camping, I would absolutely drink this beer.
Or going tubing or going. It's definitely like going to be outside in the heat all day.
All 7 reviews are from Pennsylvania.
Yep. I wonder. I'd like to know that story, right? Like, why is it?
That's the testing ground.
You think they're testing it there and then they're going to take it elsewhere?
Yeah, they're gonna try it in an environment that's not going to cost them too much. They don't know if they should be making it. They want to see how it does, and you want to do it in kind of a hard scrabble, like blue collar place, because this is not being purchased in Manhattan.
No,
it's never going to happen. But if you're in a town that everybody works, like really gets their hands dirty, this is a beer that'll get bought.
The can's not too bad, but I feel like they could. And I'm not a designer, but I feel like they could tweak it a little bit and make it a little bit cooler.
That can sucks, and I don't mean to go all Stu.
No, but I think like Stu was getting at, they're making it to look like a retro throwback working man's beer.
It's got that in spades.
And then going along with Pennsylvania, they don't have any zoning laws, so you get off work, you walk home, you walk by the bar, you pick up a 6-pack, and you walk 2 doors down, you're home.
Yeah, because you have to buy it at a
you
container store or at a bar. It's very interesting. Well, thank you, Chef Joe. You've officially not failed.
It didn't get a deli, but I think this is
it can't.
No, I'm just saying this is it's an interesting beer.
We'd all have to have simultaneous strokes.
It's got a lot of conversation.
Joe just hit a wheat grounder right through the shortstop and third base, like for a base hit.
No, Joe got on base due to an error.
Was it Texas leaguer right over there?
That's exactly what I think.
Right over second base.
I mean, it's when I had it for the first time, I was just so blown away by the lack of bad and good at the same time.
I just want to set that on top of the speaker and leave it there.
Please don't. It's like an old style.
Yeah.
Watching the Cubbies here.
Now, compared to Hams?
It's better than Hams. Hams tries to make flavor, and Hams' flavor's trash.
Yeah. You're drinking both of them.
Yeah. Hams is up front flavor. And
Hams
Lucky
is sharper.
Strike is just...
It's sharter.
Lucky Streak.
Yeah, more sharter.
Sharter.
Yeah, I'll give you that.
Lots more shart in a Hams.
Yeah. Well,
dude, so watching baseball, it reminds me that we're going to need a bubble stat because this thing's going to fall apart.
The Reds are going to need
everything. Yeah, the Cubs are killing them. But
God, they're getting wild.
It reminds me of my absolute favorite story from this week, from the NBA bubble, which has been so buttoned up. They've done such a good job with this. But it seems, when you have that many guys together, at some point you're going to have a family emergency of some point, of some sort, and somebody's going to have to go home and go back to their hometown. That is just how it is, and that's just the nature of life, right?
So
yeah.
And my biggest concern with the entire bubble, this is going to sound odd, but this is where my mind went immediately. I was like, all right, so I'm 23 years old.
I'm a millionaire.
I'm a millionaire, right? I'm so used to just the world coming at me.
Yeah.
Like girls coming at me, good food, good everything. Now they're going to put me in a bubble, and the number one thing I thought was, what about chicks? Like there's no chicks. These are super competitive alpha males who have all the money in the world, and they've been getting laid without thinking about it. Like Will Chamberlain, like 50,000 women, he said.
Did the NBA plan for this?
No. The NBA doesn't have any way to bring women in that I'm aware of. And if you could you imagine the line of groupies that would quarantine for 14 days just to get in there?
It's the first time it had an all-female physical therapy staff.
And they're past the bubble. They've gotten through the quarantine. Brilliant. Yeah,
I was going to say, isn't it kind of a little bit on the NBA for not, like not that they should hire prostitutes, but they should have been like, guys.
I certainly would have brought my wife. For the first time, he's going to be banging his wife. this is going to be tough. I'm going to have to fuck my wife.
Yeah.
And
For
only
months
my
on
wife.
end.
Yeah, this is crazy talk. But
For the
that's
2 NBA listeners, we're not talking about you guys.
Yeah, we are. But this is just, it was the first thing went through my head. I was like, oh my gosh, how are they going to deal with this? And I still think it's very much a concern because you couldn't keep me from, like, I would
This is
sneak
exactly
out.
why you grabbed the sex toy to fix your door. It's the first thing that came through your head.
I was like, I need a suction cup. Ah, that's right. There's one of those upstairs. So, but it's just where my brain goes. And I immediately thought, these poor guys, like, they've been getting laid all the time. Now they can't get laid. Like, this is a brutal existence for them. And I've been still trying to figure out how they're going to fix this.
The workaround.
Yeah, like, there has to be something.
Yeah.
You know, I don't think it's going to get a prison mentality and they all start hooking up. I
Yeah,
think
but-
they're going to find a way to get women. Just like 17-year-old me could sneak out of anything my parents put.
Yeah.
If a girl came over and, like, threw a rock at my window, I could get out through the gutters.
Yeah.
Like, I don't know. I will get out. I will make this happen. And I feel like they're going to have to do the same.
Do you have a solution for them?
No. But so, my man, Lululemon, he ended up having to go back to Atlanta. He plays for the Clippers. He had to go back to Atlanta because he had a death in the family. And the draw of ass was so difficult.
That freedom once he got out of the bubble.
Yes, he got out of the bubble that he ended up going to the Magic City strip club. Well-renowned strip club. Atlanta, if you haven't ever been, has some of the best strip clubs.
I've been to Atlanta, but I have never partaken in the strip club scene. I was too young.
I have seen things there where I'm just like, wow. Like, you walk in and you're like, this is a Costco.
Yeah.
Like, it's just huge. Double levels, triple levels.
Yeah.
Massive warehouse space full of women. I mean,
Yeah.
and they have strip clubs everywhere. Like, it's wild. The sheer volume of strip clubs. But they've got some really high-end ones, and one of them is Magic City, pretty well known. Well, they actually have wings there that they actually call the Lululemon pepper wings. Lululemon pepper wings.
Because he goes there so much?
Yes. And he's tweeted about it in the past. Best wings in Atlanta, Magic City. Like, no joke. And then so they saw this, and they were like, oh, my gosh, we should call the lemon pepper wings.
Yeah.
You know, Lululemon pepper
Yeah.
wings. And so he ended up getting a picture with him and some rapper, like, that was in there and was like, oh, yo, what's up, man? Like, they started hanging out. And so, like, they took a picture, and clearly he's not social distancing. You know, he's hanging out.
He took a picture?
He let so, and then the
What a
rapper,
dummy.
the rapper put it out on Instagram, like,
instantly.
like hanging out with my
Yeah.
boy.
Yep.
You know, like, come on, like, you can't. Don't blow up your boy's spot.
Yeah.
For starters, let him infect the league.
Yeah.
That's what boys do, right? they just lie about that stuff.
Snitches get stitches. Everybody
But-
knows that.
Nobody goes to strip clubs for food. It's never happened. Like, I don't care how high end the strip club is, but he has, in his defense, has always said that these are the best wings in Atlanta. So he couldn't keep himself from going in there, and I get it because you've been in a bubble all this time, and this was my initial concern that you're not going to be able to keep these young men away from women. You can't.
Well, it cost him $150,000 because he's got to do a 10-day quarantine.
You should see what it cost him when he was in there. $250,000.
Probably nothing, but
So, but his excuse was, oh, I was just doing to carry out. I wanted to pick up some of these wings on the way to the airport. Here's a fun fact: they have curbside pickup at Magic City.
Ooh, not good.
So
You're allowed to check out, Luel.
yeah, like I've been looking at it, and they actually have curbside pickup. So he could have just got, if it was truly about the wings. But of course it wasn't about the wings. It was the initial concern I had about the bubble going in. What are these guys going to do? He couldn't resist.
So this is a funny thing. It says for the article regarding what you're talking about, the bottom line is it says this Rashawn Holmes, who's an NBA player, got 10 days of quarantine just for crossing the bubble boundary to meet the food delivery guy. And
So you know they don't
Williams
mess around.
is definitely going to get sidelined for visiting a strip club.
Yeah,
So-
and what grosser place, honestly, like,
So-
where women rub on anybody with $1.
Has
Like,
anybody
and other
seen
women.
this dome or this? What is this bubble they're talking about? Because is there a tape there that the guy just stepped across to get a delivery?
I'm not
And they're-
exactly sure.
I mean, Disney's doing it, but I'm like, I keep thinking about the Jim Carrey movie, where
Oh, yeah,
or not
right.
Jim Carrey,
Truman Show, yeah.
Truman Show,
Yeah. Yeah, it's very much Truman Show.
My question is, he obviously went there not just to get wings.
No. So can
not just to
Can
look,
we all agree that
not to
that
look
part's
at,
full of shit?
not to look
Yeah.
at some ass.
No, get a little ass.
So did he
Go home?
seal the deal?
Come on, man. He's got millions of dollars. He can cost $150.
He's got his own chicken wings. You know he sealed the
Yeah,
deal.
he's like the Colonel. The Colonel was a
Colonel
pimp.
Lemon.
Dude, the Colonel was a cocksmith of the 10th to the 10th degree.
Hell yeah.
So yeah, Lou Will's got a little
issue.
problem on his hand. So he's got a 10-day quarantine for some wings and tits. And I can't even. It's just funny because they let him go because it's a funeral. So here's this like heartfelt moment. Hey guys, I have to go home. My grandma died. Of course, Llewellyn, family matters. Like, you go do your thing. And he's like, yeah.
This article from NBC Sports doesn't even mention the funeral.
Well, because look, if it doesn't bleed, it doesn't lead.
Exactly.
But that is why he went home. I don't know if it was his grandmother, but I mean, like, what a heartfelt moment. I got to go. Sorry, buddy. Be good. We'll see you when you come back. Please stay away from everybody so you don't have to quarantine forever. Busted in a strip club with lemon pepper juice all over his face.
That wasn't lemon pepper juice.
So it says here, Harlow, the rapper, quickly deleted the tweet and said, claims that it was an old photo, but Williams was wearing a mask by the league that was given for
That was
players
issued
were
like
inside
4
the
days
bubble.
ago.
Inside the bubble.
Exactly.
Sorry, caught you red-handed.
It's an old photo. I love it.
That's hilarious.
Oh man, I've been worried these guys were gonna have a hard time with this, and sure enough, the first guy that I know of to get out, he can't resist.
What if you're the first girl who gets in the bubble and can't get out?
Dude, why you could not go? Could you imagine? Oh my gosh,
Poor girl.
like you don't go in without like 100 of your closest acquaintances because it's going down.
I don't want to go down that road.
Could you imagine though, like if you could just get one like prostitute in there, she'd be like, "It's $1 million," and be like, "Seems fair."
So what have you been doing after the season's over? I retired.
I'm icing up.
Well, this is the only one. This is the only one we know of.
Yeah, but we haven't even started the season.
Yeah.
we haven't even.
This guy just got photographed. Who else is sneaking out?
I mean, it's got to. Like I said, it's 17-year-old me. Good luck. I'll be out.
Yeah, you'll get out. Doesn't mean you're smart 17-year-old getting caught on photo.
Oh, I would have been caught. There's no doubt. But you see, I wouldn't have been able to go to a strip club because I had no money.
Gotcha.
The poor guy got popped, dude, but now he's busted. He is officially busted. And there's probably like a handful of guys in that bubble who are like, I would have paid $150,000 for that. Some wings and some ass.
Yeah,
It's fair
for sure.
enough. Fair enough. And then 10 days off. No wind sprints.
He's
Not
gonna.
bad.
Yeah, I mean, now he's got a bigger problem.
Could be worse.
He might have caught something,
Oh, ooh.
and not just an STD.
He might have, but let's hope not. But I mean, yeah, that's one place I would not go right now is a strip club. Like that's just. There's a lot of places I wouldn't go. Strip club's pretty far down the list.
I
of
have
places
felt
would.
bad for the people that are single single. Like, and if you're really going to play by the rules, and if obviously that he has to, like, that sucks.
Oh yeah, being single in this time, I'm sure a lot of
He couldn't
relationships.
take it. He broke the rules.
I'm sure a lot of guys were just like, no. I was joking, baby. I didn't want to break up with you.
Yeah.
Like, let's ride this out till say May, June. Oh,
Yeah.
never mind. We'll ride it out till September.
Yeah.
No, fuck it. Let's just get married. The world's never going back.
Let's just do a calendar year just to be safe. Let's
Yeah.
give it one more calendar year.
Let's give it one more
Yeah.
calendar year because I
One
love
more
you.
calendar
I love
year.
you so much.
Hey, we loved each other at some point. Let's make it work.
Yeah, I used to like you.
Yeah.
you make it work. You figure it out.
By the way, totally different thought process here, but you want to have some sex?
Totally unrelated.
Going a different route.
Because I love you so much.
I just want to show you how much I love you with my penis. See how hard I loved you?
And I'm going to throw $1 million at you.
Dude, it's...
Yeah, because you know some of these dudes, right? Like, sign contracts and they're like kicking chicks to the curb because they're like, I'm not going to be that guy. I'm going to be on the road every other day. I'm going to be getting groupies. So I'm going to be living it up. I'm 23. I'm a millionaire. Let's go. And then it's like Kobe just does the Hakeem Olajuwon finger wag. Like,
No.
You're in a bubble.
And it's like, damn it. I just kicked that dime to the curb because I was going to have unlimited dimes. Now I got no dimes.
Yeah, nothing.
And you put them all in the one, like, quote unquote wholesome place, Disney.
Yeah. Can't even, like, it's the only hotels in America that don't have that channel.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? They're like, fuck, I'm watching Disney Plus.
Mulan.
Oh yeah,
what's really hot?
Yeah, what's the pay-per-views in those hotels going to be like?
It's all Disney shit. They're like watching Life of a Dog and crying.
No,
away.
what you got to do is you got
Cartoons.
to get in there and just rake that money in. $10 rentals just all night long. Bang, bang, bang. Like,
that's true. Just set up an antenna outside,
Yeah.
beam in that shit.
I got what you need.
I got it. I got it right here.
Yeah.
I'd have a harem of girls on quarantine. Like the biggest pimp,
Yeah.
the biggest pimp in Orlando needs to figure that out. Like every one of them.
Well, you know what? I think we're late to that. I think they've already figured that
Well,
out.
what each dude should do is be like, find the one chick, whether it be an ex or something, be like, quarantine for 14 days. I'm getting you in the bubble. You're my fiance.
Yeah,
And
you can have room
yeah.
service
Yep.
and anything you want.
Yeah.
For the next like 2 months, you just get to live the dream down here. Like, does that sound good to you? Yes. Okay, you're officially my
This will
fiance.
be a test run. You make me fall in love
Well,
with
you
you.
don't have to get married, but you just
Yeah.
say, this is my fiance. So like you call your girls and you go, which one of you wants to quarantine for 14 days?
Yeah.
And all three of
come
them
on
say
in.
yes.
And I will just say that you're my... Fine. It's okay.
I
Because
don't know
they
if the
can
NBA
fight.
will allow that.
They have to allow your family, don't they, if they quarantine?
This is my girlfriend. This is my fiance.
No, that's why you say this is my
That's
fiance.
our adopted kid. Yes, they're all 23. Don't question my lifestyle.
Why is Grandma 25?
Yeah.
She had him young.
No, but seriously, like, you got to get somebody in there with you.
I would think so.
Yeah.
I haven't seen any mention of that, but if you go through the quarantine, you should be allowed in.
The NBA should be thinking about it, honestly, because you got to think with that many people, single people.
There's going to be fights.
Oh, yeah.
Stuff. Like, it's not good.
And people are going to be stepping out. People will, like you said, they will be getting out of the bubble to go release what they need to release.
I'm telling you, I would.
Yeah.
I don't blame him.
Oh,
But
yeah.
I wouldn't even say it's for the wings. I'd be like, well, I was driving back, and then it occurred to me, I haven't been laid.
You know, that is where he went wrong. Because when you get caught in a lie, your best bet is just tell the truth.
Just be honest.
Yeah, and he should have been like, look, guys, you set me up for failure.
Yeah.
You asked me to get in this bubble. I'm a young single man. I have unlimited resources. I have wants and needs. You didn't provide me that.
I'm an alpha male.
Yeah.
Right.
Like, I am.
Turn it around on the NBA for not thinking about your health,
Yeah.
your mental health.
And then you can. This is how you become the NBA Players Union leader in 10 years. 'Cause
Yep.
they're like, hey, you know who really gave a shit? Lou Will.
Yep.
He cared. Lemon gets it.
Yeah.
Bring him in.
I like it. He messed up.
So, but should
he could have parlayed
Oh, I
this.
just really need the wings.
Should he get
Now you're
his should he get his
moron.
rapper friend to pay the $150,000 he just lost out because he put the picture out there?
Oh, I'd be so pissed.
Yeah,
I'd be so
he
pissed.
should be pissed with that.
Like, that was messed up, man. Like, who does that?
Yeah.
Like, there's some obvious, screw ups there. Like,
Yeah.
this guy
Yeah.
is supposed to be in the bubble. He's in a strip club. Tighten the fuck up. Don't put this out there. Like, use your head.
Hence, I love the 90s and the 80s.
Oh, man, we got away with so much.
Well, there's got to be a way, like, there's got to be, like, a concierge that works in the bubble that's, like, can,
I would've
pardon the pun, backdoor some chicks in there, like,
Dude, he could have just done the curbside pickup in his limo, told his favorite stripper to come out,
Yeah.
and been like, "Hey, I need a lap dance for the next 3 hours,
Yeah.
and I'm going to pay you $20,000."
Leave your phone next to the brass pole.
Yeah, I'm not
Don't
asking.
bring that shit out
I'm not
here.
asking for anything more than a lap dance.
Yeah.
Get in the car. We're going to go drive around the airport. My flight's at 10. It is now 5.
Yeah.
Come
So
on.
you just said something funny there.
Doubt it.
Are strip clubs open?
Obviously.
What is their cleaning policy now?
Do not know.
Just lick the pole.
Wipe it down. Wipe the pole down.
Clean as can be. Clean as can be.
They've been wiping the poles down for years.
Honestly,
Have
they
you never
do.
seen them?
Every single time they come
the
out, they
girls
wipe
come
the
out.
pole.
Yeah,
Right.
when the girls are done with their 20 minutes, they wipe them down and leave.
You know, now that I think about it, it's the safest place to be.
Probably.
They change their clothes constantly. They take off dirty clothes.
And you're 6
They're
feet from that
constantly
pole
cleaning.
easily.
They keep their distance. In fact, I'm not even allowed to touch. I've been told many times. I know it's true.
We have a lot of questions. I think we should do a remote just to answer some of these questions.
Candy, come here. Bring Mercedes. We got to talk.
Lexus, Mercedes,
Yeah.
Maserati, come over here. I got a question for you.
Step into the stage.
Porsche.
Fauci. She gets it. Only wearing a mask.
Yeah,
It's droplets you need to be worried about.
Ooh.
that's right.
Good call.
The spray.
That's right. Turn around. Talk that way.
Yeah, exactly.
I don't
I don't need to see your face.
I don't want to get infected. This is for both of us, not just for me.
There's got to be some of them that are benefiting from the mask too.
Oh, there's no doubt. All of a
Yeah.
sudden, you can do meth again.
Yeah.
Teeth don't
Ooh.
matter.
Got a little bit of a rough look, but you got that banging body.
You're set. Butterfaces. Butterfaces has
Yeah.
never done more business.
4 years from now, there's still a couple rocking the mask. They're like, I'm just safety.
I'm retro.
Yeah.
Don't you remember this look?
Oh yeah, you know there'll be one in 4 years wearing a mask called Corona.
Oh,
Corona.
Now, stage 4, Corona.
yeah.
Please keep your distance.
Yeah.
Yeah. Don't touch. That's so intense. Oh, my God.
Dude, I got to say, the more I'm drinking this Hams,
The worse it gets?
the more I'm thinking they don't deserve the aluminum that it's in.
Thank you. He's come around. That is a shit beer, dude.
Yes.
That is really bad. There's a reason it costs less than $1 a beer retail.
This is even 16
pint.
ounces. For
Yeah,
less
for a
than-
16 ounce.
This
Yeah.
is
Yeah. No, there's a reason for that.
that whole aftertaste, like your mouth is being coated. And
Yeah, it's there.
Like, I really haven't drank true beer, like cheap
You
true
still
beer in
haven't.
a long time.
Yeah.
I'm not. Well, you know what I'm saying. But yeah, this is.
There's good cheap beers out there for the cheap ass who wants to catch a buzz, and Hams is.
Go get yourself a
I'm not even
PBR.
trying to
Yeah.
catch a buzz. I'm
PBR.
just-
PBR is actually quite good. Like,
on-
I have no
on
issues
draft,
with PBR.
I like a PBR
I'll
on
drink
draft.
PBR out of a shoe. It's
Yeah.
fine. It's just Hams is trash.
It won blue ribbons.
At some time,
Yeah.
that's how low the bar was.
Yeah.
Well before microbrews.
Then the boat showed up from Ireland, and they went, "What?
Yeah.
Never mind."
Shut it down.
So I was bringing that up because there's an aluminum shortage.
Yeah, what is this about? You've brought this up a couple times. I don't understand how or why.
It's the same thing when it comes to like beer sales. There
Is this
are
through the roof?
well,
Yeah.
no, everybody's pantry loading with cans and not going to restaurants and using kegs.
So we
And
caused
taps.
it. So it's not that aluminum just also retreated to its
No,
cave.
no. So it's two things: one, coronavirus, and two, the onslaught of seltzers.
Oh, because seltzers all come in cans.
And most beers in cans now. Like not a lot of bottle
but
But
beers.
so
then,
you
then
can't-
people started hoarding.
So for basically, let's just say 3 months, because it's been, you could go to a bar 6 weeks ago and sit outside, phase 2, and then phase 3. Now they're open, but for 3 months, no kegs, no draft, no people weren't going out to restaurants and having bottled beer or anything like that. They're
or
just
drafts.
yeah, they're just what they call pantry loading.
So you're saying
then-
what you're saying
so
is
that's what's caused it.
and if they
Yeah,
make
there's an
X
uptick in
amount
demand.
if they make X amount of gallons of beer, a
They're-
lot of them go to kegs.
Yeah,
But
so
now
let's-
now they're all going to cans. So then you don't really
Right, because you and I aren't going out for
you
wings
need that many,
and
you
having
need
a
that
draft
many
beer all
more
the time.
cans to supply the. Instead of one keg that holds 160 beers, you need 160 cans that were never going to be made.
And then
that kind of makes sense.
And they were saying that, and the last year, really the kickoff of seltzers with another added can
because
to the mix.
now there's the ladies are drinking seltzers and not drinking bottles of wine.
Yep.
So you're probably like 30, 40, 50% more cans needed because I know at the pool women are crushing seltzers.
And then Molson and Anheuser-Busch were talking about an article.
Anheuser.
It's their nemesis.
But they were talking about different formats of trying to get a beer delivery, like in almost a paper, some type of, or going back to glass.
Oh, that was Johnny Walker was doing.
Johnny Walker was doing that. So they're just saying
They need to start making more of those mini kegs that I love so much that you can only find.
Oh yeah, like you get the Heineken,
Heineken mini keg.
Yeah,
those were
dope.
That was good.
Except it's only Heineken, like one other style.
But they make them out of aluminum.
Is it a 64 ounce? That is true.
It could be a problem.
Well, no, it's aluminum, but it's less aluminum than 12 beers, probably.
I guess that's true.
It's not a lot of beer, though. It's like...
well, this is the same thing that why we have a coin shortage, because no one is going out and spending their cash. Like, everyone's just hoarding all their coins, right? So it's the same logic behind the aluminum shortage.
Yeah, well, they
it's
were
like
saying
80
10
ounces
years,
of beer.
Let's see here. In 2019, it was a 50-50 between beer sold in a can and beers not sold in a can. And then we've had pretty much a 60% increase over the last 18 months for 12-ounce and slim varietals is what they call them for the seltzers.
I hate these slim cans. I know I'm drinking them, but it's all got to be uniform so I can get one koozie. I'm having to carry around multiple koozies, a super tight koozie and then a worn out koozie.
So wasn't it? But the Silver Bullet was the original slim.
But it wasn't a fully slim. It was just a hair taller. It still worked. Now they're slim and tall.
Yeah. Half the cans hanging out of the koozie.
Yeah, it's frustrating.
Yeah.
Can't deal with this.
I remember when
First
Natural
world
Light
problems.
went from the glass bottle they put into a pony style, just like the Red Stripe, because they said it would fit easier in a college fridge.
Smart.
Oh, the little
glass
keg style.
Which had nothing to do with it.
Yeah.
It had everything to do with the fact that we all just go, huh, that's cool.
Yeah,
why is it you see that restaurant by you're like, I want to buy that now.
Right.
Joe the chef came to the pool this afternoon. I was down there, and he stopped at our little, we call it Total Wine West, over there off Huguenot.
The Shell?
Yeah, the Shell.
Oh,
and they're making 8-ounce Coors Light cans now.
Really?
Yeah.
The itty bitties.
Yeah. Kind of like a pony.
There's a little six-pack thing. I think I've seen that.
No, I think he said it was like a
8?
12-pack or, yeah.
I'll take it.
He's like, why would anybody buy that? I was like, because you don't count those.
Yeah, I'm not drinking.
Yeah, I'm not drinking tonight.
Yeah, I've seen you do that. You've come over here with a 6-pack of High Life ponies.
Yeah.
And been like, nah, guys, I had a rough night. I'm not drinking today.
Yeah.
And then I just watch you drink 6 of those.
Yeah.
I get it.
3 beers.
It actually makes sense in a fucking weird alcoholic night.
So what you got for us?
Oh, okay. You want me to see I'll just tell you what I was staring at. I don't understand what the hell. I'm very confused about these seeds. Honestly.
Oh, the random seeds across America?
So I thought this was a Virginia thing.
Johnny Appleseed?
So packages are showing up with seeds in them, and all it has is Chinese lettering on it, like Chinese characters. The box is from China, and they're just packets of seeds.
What are you supposed to do with them?
Well, the government is saying, please, whatever you do, just don't plant them.
Who would get a random box of seeds and say, I should plant them?
You're right, Brendan. There's only 3 states that have been getting them.
Yeah, it's Virginia is one of the states. We're getting these random seeds from China.
But they're planting them in all 3 designated areas, east, west, and the middle. Utah, Washington, and Virginia.
Yeah. You see what they're doing here? I mean, how weird is this?
Who gets back again? Who gets random seeds in the mail and go, I'm just going to plant these random seeds.
But what,
you don't know what the hell it is.
What kind of weird agricultural warfare is going on? Like, what are these? I'm dying
They've
to know what it is.
They haven't figured out what the seeds are. That shouldn't be a hard.
Thus far, as of my
some seed nerd couldn't tell
as of
you?
my last poop, they had not figured out.
That doesn't make any sense. Can't some seed nerd look at the seeds and go, "That's exactly what that is"?
So the seeds are arriving in packages that are usually used for jewelry.
I'm killing it with fire.
They're just hoping that the seed spills out onto the ground.
Yeah.
This must be
Yeah.
some ridiculously invasive
Or
seed.
worse, like, let's say you throw it in the trash.
Now it goes to the dump.
landfill, and then
Yeah,
you
boom.
Just got,
overrun with like Audrey from Little Shop of Horrors. Like, I don't know what the hell.
Audrey.
Sorry,
Audrey? Aubrey.
Audrey.
Audrey. The plant?
It's an old poll. Like it would
Yeah.
it take you. The only theater nerds and kids of the '90s got that joke.
Yeah.
But feed me, Seymour.
Feed me. Yeah, Seymour. That was the one I was thinking about. That's the
But-
same movie, but yeah.
So there's these seeds. I mean, what could they possibly be? What are they sending?
So those were the 3 original states. Now they're saying they're up to 27 states, and they look like
They're
garlic
like
cloves.
chia seeds, man. They look edible, but I'm scared to eat
Well,
them.
if they were smart, they'd send a little, clay Betty White head to plant them on.
Oh, like a chia head.
Yeah.
Oh, dude, that's brilliant.
Yeah.
If you send it in a chia head,
Yeah.
then people go, "Oh, I didn't order this, but how funny!
Well, yeah.
A chia head."
I'll do it.
And then you grow them, and then when you're done with
Yeah,
it,
do
you
like
just,
Donald Trump or something. People be like, aha, I got
and then you just throw it
Yeah.
out. That would have been. We do get downloads from China. I hope that whoever's in charge
Hit
of
us
this.
up, guys. Let us know what we're doing.
Yeah.
Oh, I truly believe that it's just like the government monitoring to make sure we don't say anything. Like they're like, "Ooh, we've got an
Yeah.
inn in Richmond.
We're
we can hear
pro-China,
what's
right?
happening."
I want somebody to plant
No.
these. I
Not
want somebody
really.
to figure out what
I
they
mean,
are.
if they're
because
listening, I don't have a problem with them.
Yeah, you don't.
It's saying about 150
Send
people.
Troy some of those seeds. He'll
Yeah.
plant them for
Yeah.
you.
Yeah, because it's saying about
Plant
150
them with
people.
fire.
150 people in 27 states received seeds.
What the hell is going on?
Just eat it.
So, all right,
I don't know what they are.
So you get the seed, right?
Yeah.
And now you've got the seed, and you know you're one of the select few that has received the mystery seed from China. Aren't you tempted to like grow it in your house and just like in a pot confined just to see what comes out of it?
Until you wake up dead.
It blooms and the little powder comes out.
Yeah, and then
you're.
And then all of a sudden a new disease is spread. Like who knows?
Yeah.
Like who knows what the hell is really going on? Or is it just an honest error and some jewelry company got mixed up and like they accidentally sent seeds?
Well, it makes
like
sense.
it could be literally nothing to it.
The
You
jewelry
know?
company got taken.
Yeah, like there's some dude who's selling the jewelry elsewhere, and then he's like, well, we got to put something in there. And he's like, I got seeds, and it's just tomato plants.
Yeah, maybe it's just a great thievery project.
Yeah, and
But,
we're over here tripping.
It does make sense that, like, in today's world, like, remember back after 9/11, you had all the anthrax going through
Anthrax
the mail?
was showing up in
and
the
was
mail.
scaring the shit out of everybody.
Yeah,
And that still happens, but, like, think of what you used to get in the mail 20 years ago compared to what you get in the mail now.
you know what they should do? Have you ever seen those postcards that they embed with seeds,
Yeah.
Yes.
and then you just throw, and then you can like bury it in your yard and it grows?
Yeah, people do it for their wedding invites and stuff now. Like,
Yeah.
plant this card and grow
If they
a
were
tree
sending
in our
random
honor.
postcards, people would end up planting them. They wouldn't have thought anything of it. But they didn't try to hide
Because then
it.
it's no work.
They didn't
Yeah.
try to hide it. There's Chinese characters on it. It doesn't say sunflowers. It says whatever the hell it says. but we don't-
Spoiler alert.
There's,
if you're listening,
you're
China.
probably right. There's one. Sorry.
Spoiler alert if you're listening. We kill everything in my house. Like, we can't grow anything. So,
Yeah, gotcha, bitch.
yeah. When my wife gets plants, like, it's instant death. It's suicide for those plants. Go ahead, Stu.
I was just saying. You're right. There's a guy in China who's one digit off, and everything got sent to the States.
Yeah. Like, there's just, I think this is a clerical
Somebody's like pissed that they haven't gotten their tomato seeds yet. How many times I've talked to you on the phone, dude?
Yeah, there's a handful of farmers like, the fuck am I going to do with a pearl necklace?
What's the guy from The Office
Pearl necklace.
movie who was pissed he got stuck in the basement? And he, like, I want my stapler.
Oh, yeah.
What was his name? It's that guy who's just like, I'm pissed off. I'm just going to burn the place down.
Milton?
Milton.
Yeah.
Yeah, Milton. I'll just change a number here. Send all these seeds.
Yeah, I think there's less to it, but But we're all so freaked out right now that we're like, this is it. This is how they're trying to burn. But then at the same time, like, I am scared to plant the damn thing because, God forbid, I'm the asshole.
I would never plant it. I'd open it and I'd throw it away.
But many of these had to have been thrown away.
Yeah.
Like, whatever this is has to be out there in the wild. Because not everybody was conscientious to go, I think I'm going to call the State Department.
Yeah.
So whatever happened,
but I'll
too late.
still keep buying shit online.
They
Keep
said
sending
all
me
the
shit,
time.
China.
They said they had They said in the last week they had an influx of like over 100 emails per state. People just so there's probably more out there than
But
the
that's
people
what
that
I'm saying.
sent into the Department of Agriculture saying, "Hey, why did I get
How
these?"
many people took the time to email, like they saw that, and then thought, I need to email the government?
Yeah.
Most people chucked it. So
that's probably 3 times larger.
I would assume, 10% actually took the time to take
Yeah,
that
I was going to
step.
say probably way larger.
So whatever they sent's already out.
It reminds me that reminds me. There used to be a mail scam I read about years ago back when
The CDs for a penny?
No, that was great. But this
BMG.
one's even more genius. Back before the internet and all this stuff, you would write up a form letter, and you're representing yourself as like someone who knows sports betting. So you would send out 100 of these letters to random people, and you say, "I know that the Bears are going to beat the Titans this week."
No shit.
So then, no matter what happens, if you're right or wrong, you pick a couple games and then you track. Like, okay, so Brennan's house got the correct answer. So then you do it again for another game, and as long as you keep hitting them, after you hit a couple, people are going to be like, "Man, this guy really knows what he's talking about." And you
I might go to his website.
You keep no, this is before website, but it'd be like, I'll be your bookie, blah blah blah, and then you just get the money from them.
So you start with 1,000, and you put half one, half the other, and then that one you take
Whoever
half
gets
and
it
half
right.
for the next game, and by the time it's over, you whittle it down, and you got 250 people who believe.
Yeah,
that's a brilliant scam.
Yeah,
but it wouldn't have been the Titans because they weren't around.
Whoever the team. I didn't want to say
I know.
formerly known as the Washington football team.
The football team.
The football team is awesome.
No, they're the worst.
I think
They're
they should
still
go with
bad.
all the teams. It should be the Washington baseball team and the Washington hockey team.
Sure.
So what's wrong with the Capitals?
That's fucked up, dude. What about all the little townships that aren't the capital?
What about all the other states that have capitals?
They should just go back to the Bullets.
Capital shaming is what I call it.
It is capital shaming.
Just go back to the Bullets.
Yeah, the Bullets. Now there was a harmless name.
It was didn't hurt till it hit you.
If they pick something stupid like Nationals or Capitals,
Dude, please pick the Bullets.
no, it'll be
Just
something
do
dumb like the Washingtonians or
Why wouldn't they just use like they put it out there on what was it, Twitter or whatever? The Sentinels.
Yeah, what is a Sentinel outside of in Matrix?
I think it's a derivative of senators or something like that.
Okay, if there's some like, because obviously I don't know what it means, so I'm an idiot.
I can't. Yeah.
so that tells you it's not a good mascot.
But just going off of the Replacements movie, I thought it was hilarious.
Oh, is that what they were?
The Washington Sentinels.
Oh, is that really what they were?
So
yeah, didn't you
Falco's
see that?
coming
Falco, like even
That's awesome.
Keanu Reeves kind of chimed in. I think it was on Twitter or something. He's like, "That's a great name."
Respect.
back? Yeah.
Why not?
Sentinels.
Bad News Bears. Let's just rehash all
Yeah.
the crappy. The Mighty Ducks worked.
Yeah.
They actually went with that turd.
Yep. They actually, and then they ended up changing it right just to the Ducks.
Yeah, but the Mighty
The
Ducks was
original
cool.
one, they were the Mighty Ducks and had like the same logo and everything.
Yeah, like I liked that. I was
Yeah.
like, way to go with it. You
had
know?
that goalie mask that looked like a duck. That was cool
It was
looking.
awesome.
So the Washington Sentinels, the only thing that comes up is from the movie The Replacements, but the actual word Sentinels comes from DC Comics from 1965, and it's a mutant. It's a mutant man-hunting robot that
I
comes from
thought
comics
Sentinels were like ancient warrior like guards or something like
Well,
that.
I thought Sentinels
might
were in the
be.
Matrix. I thought those were they were Sentinels.
Yeah, they're all
All right, so it's a man-hunting robot. Yeah, that's perfect.
variety of man-hunting robots appearing in American comic books by Marvel Comics since 1965.
Perfect. That's the name.
That's
DC.
The DC Sentinels.
DC Comics.
So if you just type in Sentinel to Google, it says a soldier or guard whose job is to stand and keep watch.
That's awesome.
Yeah.
It's a good name.
Well, I put the S on it, so that's why I came up with the Marvel.
Stu's internet goes to a totally
Its
different
origin
corner.
is the late 16th century.
Stu's internet goes right to man-eating robots, and your internet goes to like actual
Wikipedia,
facts.
yeah, Sentinel. He's right, but
But Stu ignored that. Oh, these are facts. Oh, look over here, man-eating robots.
well, that's what the guy from
came
Marvel.
from DC.
That's what Stan Lee. That's what Stan Lee made it stand for in his comic books.
I love it. Stu's like, they live just off the edge of the flat Earth.
Right past the ice wall.
Where are you,
Yeah.
Pat? I need you.
Then they come in. They're actually brought in on waves of 5G. You see, Bill Gates has been putting in 5G just to get the Sentinels better access so they can feed on our brains. They're actually more powerful than zombies. People don't know that. But they feed on brains, too.
Save that soundbite.
Yeah. Oh, Brendan actually got one prediction right. Shit! Son of a bitch! That was not how that was supposed to go down.
Oh, man. Yeah.
All right.
I shouldn't have put in the word Marvel after.
I was about to
Yeah.
about to shut down, but I'm gonna bring up one more thing because I just find it very odd.
Stu?
And then we're gonna close. Yeah. So how come Stu's internet's different? No, what's up with Tom Hanks and Rita Wilson becoming Greek citizens?
Oh.
Yeah, I saw that.
So apparently,
The article I briefly scanned through basically said they love Greece and I think she's half Greek or something.
well,
and
he practices a Greek Orthodox of a
yeah.
religion. So like he
Right.
is, he has ties, and he was given an honorary like citizenship or something, but now he's like
he did something like something
He was
bad
helping-
happened there, and he brought light to it to like help him out or
yeah,
something.
like he's been very active in Greek.
yeah.
He's helped them a
Yeah.
lot, but now he's accepted Greek citizenship. If you accept citizenship in another country, do you lose your American
I
citizenship?
think you can have dual
You can
citizenship,
gain dual
right?
citizenship.
You can gain it,
But can you
I
have like
thought-
multiple? Like is two
I
okay,
thought-
but not three?
I thought if you were born, like, say your parents were from this place, but then you were born over here, you have dual citizenship, but you have to claim one by 18. Like
Yeah.
they don't want you to go through life having dual citizenship. So does he have dual citizenship, or is he just now Greek?
I am not very educated.
I don't know. This
on that.
says that
Because he's America's sweetheart, right? Like
Yeah.
we've always said this. He's America's actor. We love him. Everyone loves Tom
Yeah, I
Hanks.
mean, there's
Did he just
if-
turn his
if-
back on us? Is
if-
what I'm trying to figure out.
if there's a Mount Rushmore, he has to be on it, right? I mean,
Yeah, I mean he hasn't really done too much to sully his image.
Yeah.
That's for sure.
Sully, I get it.
You see that?
So what's her name? Rita Wilson she's of Greek and Bulgarian ancestry. But what's interesting is the Greek president signed an honorary naturalization order allowing Tom Hanks to become a citizen.
But then he went and accepted it. Like now he has
he
a
got
Greek.
that doctorate
Right. So
from.
this is something that
from
doesn't
Rutgers.
happen for everybody.
Of course not.
No, clearly he's Tom
You
Hanks.
mean
but,
I can't get that?
But did we just
I'm
lose?
confused.
Did we just lose an American hero to Greece?
I don't think we might have. He might just throw it up in the air and.
This is interesting. I guess the president of Greece just likes him because it keeps saying honorary citizen, and I don't know
And
if
if you
that's
have
any-
his status, do you need to be a citizen of anywhere else? Like,
yeah.
Has someone told Trump? Because this sounds like the kind of thing that Trump would get mad
yeah,
about
yeah.
and pull his citizenship.
you can hear him now, like, yeah, Forrest Gump was never that good of a movie. Fake news, didn't like
Yeah,
it.
I think the Greek president is just fan of Tom Hanks.
we're all
'Cause
fans
everyone
of Tom
is.
Hanks.
Yeah,
But
he
he's not
didn't-
in my
this
fantasy
is not
league.
like Tom Hanks going through the State Department. And
A
getting
League of Their Own was
dual
trash.
citizen.
No one liked it.
Fake news. Fake news.
Dude, bachelor party,
Fake news.
good stuff.
No one brings donkeys.
Stu references
Joe versus the volcano.
Stu references his first movie ever, Bachelor Party.
Yeah.
No, that would
Oh, there
have
was
been
never,
Star
never
Wars.
mermaid splashes.
Yeah.
Fake news. You can't just become an old man overnight. Zoltar's fake.
Turns out, Splash was a total lie.
All lies. All lies. I've seen mermaids. I've seen the best mermaids. That wasn't a good mermaid. Daryl Hannah's a bad mermaid. Tom Hanks is a bad actor. This is not good. This is all fake.
That's
Did you ever
hilarious.
see The Volunteers?
The Volunteers.
Yeah, with John Candy and Tom Hanks.
I'm sure
I
I,
did
have.
not.
John Candy's my favorite.
Oh, God.
And he was a Canadian. But you know what he did? He kept Canadian citizenship like a man.
Yeah.
He took his
There you
lumps.
Canadian citizenship is basically just American citizenship light.
Okay.
Oh, yeah. It's like getting a Big Mac but holding the cheese.
Yeah.
It's still...
You're not going to bed until late this evening because you're going to walk in there and you're going to research it and you're going to watch The Volunteers tonight.
Actually, I have a meeting at 7:30 tomorrow morning. Says I won't do that tonight, but I'll have it figured out by tomorrow night. There's no doubt about that. I got backdoored with a meeting with some people in Abu Dhabi tomorrow.
Nice.
They gave me a choice: 11:30 tonight or 7:30 in the morning.
Or your children.
Yeah.
I actually told the rep. I said, "Let's take the 11:30 time
Abu
slot."
Dhabi.
Like I'm down.
Yeah.
That would have been an interesting ass meeting. Come
Yeah.
out of a podcast and be
Have
like,
a few beers in you. Be
like,
loosey-goosey.
"Bitch, I got a plan. I got a plan." So
Other way around.
she opted for the 7:30. I was like, "Look, you're either going
Boo.
to get super animated me at 11:30,
Yeah.
or you're going to get very groggy, tired me
Yeah.
at 7:30." But
That
And
guy
she
looks
chose
like a
four-
president. That's the president.
of Greece,
Dude looks 34 years old.
I don't know. That's just a picture of him. With the double.
Who's this chick next to
his
him?
wife is a
Yeah.
smoke.
It's good to be the presidente.
Yeah, his beard is hot because he's Greek. You can get it.
I think Tom Hanks is part of that crew too. The beard pedophile. I've heard his name.
Okay. I don't buy. Don't.
I don't buy it, but I've heard it.
You could tear down Tom Hanks all you want for the citizenship stuff, but please don't tell me he's an Epstein guy.
I think
No.
things have been said.
Well, they're not accurate.
Yes, of course. I don't believe everything that's said.
Tom Hanks was he was only 13 when he became an adult, so he might have made mistakes. The Zoltar machine fucked up his head.
Everybody knows you can't go from that young to that old and that young that
Well,
quickly.
Yeah, there's gonna be ramifications, but
At least Reuters says that there's no flight records whatsoever of Tom Hanks with
I can tell you right
Jerry
now,
Epstein's flight logs.
Tom Hanks is not caught up in that bullshit. Like I'm talking shit only because it's funny that he's a Greek citizen and I'm just bringing up points, but I am not trying to take Tom Hanks down a peg.
No,
I love
no.
the man.
Now, Wilson, his volleyball, may.
Oh, dude, I've heard some things. So I got a friend who went to a club one night with Wilson. And so Wilson, and this is during a pandemic, mind you, says he needs chicken wings, right?
Oh, yeah.
Wilson ends up in this strip club
He had the
late
spot
night.
on chicken wings.
Oh, my God. So Wilson's doing coke all night long with strippers, right?
Blow, get it?
Yeah.
Inflating himself.
Dude, so he's doing blow all night, right? You can tell, like, the fingers on his face are starting to, like, wilt. Like, they're just not looking good. So Wilson gets in a fight, right? And he slams into this one dude and then bounces off that dude's head into another dude's head. Pops off. He hits this one stripper right in the titty. Bursts her silicone. So she doesn't die in the moment, but she dies years later from the ramifications of it. Now, does that ever come back on Wilson?
No.
Fuck no.
No.
Because everybody's using Tom Hanks. Like, no, he's good.
Yeah,
Tom
he's-
Hanks
yeah.
loves
He
him.
hangs with
So he
Hanks.
gets away with
It's
all this
Wilson.
shit.
Yeah.
But there were multiple people there who'd gotten
And that was
concussions.
years ago.
Yeah.
Yeah, dude, I'm shocked at what Wilson gets away with. Just riding on Tom Hanks' coattails. But don't let anyone say, look, Wilson's a piece of shit.
Well, everyone thought he was gone. Everybody thought he was dead.
Floating out there.
Yeah.
Yeah, dude, he
I
snuck
know.
on
Faked his
that.
death.
He snuck on that FedEx so much. He had a bunch of Chinese seeds. I still don't know what happened to those. He flies back over to the States. I hear he's rolling around Johnny Appleseeding this whole fucking place. Dirty
Wilson.
fucker.
Classic
Fuck Wilson. I wish I could just make that the name of the episode. Fuck Wilson.
Yeah. And I think you get one with a new Ford Bronco.
Yeah, just a Wilson or seeds.
Either or. Your choice.
Fucking don't get it.
You're paying for it. You got to pay for it.
I'm going to have to wrap this up. 'Cause
Yeah.
we're starting to get dangerously close to calling Tom Hanks a traitor.
Yeah, and I
Traitor.
can't stand for
Not
that.
possible. Not possible.
Dirty traitor. But I wouldn't say that.
No.
I would never say that. That's
backhanded.
It's just not right.
Was that a reverb?
And then I see Tom Hanks, and he's over there getting Greek citizenship.
Yeah.
It's crazy. Wait, we all get it today. Do you get it, Stu?
I don't think so. Oh! Production is up 10%. 5 points to Brendan.
Yeah. Yes! I'll take it. Oh, my God. Look, thank you all so much for tuning in. I don't know how long this episode was, but I assume it was long enough because we're at an hour, so I'm sure that was plenty.
Yeah, sure.
Before the phone call that was so weird from the scammer. Thank you guys so much for tuning in. We always appreciate you reaching out and hanging out. What we don't appreciate is the lack of reviews, as Troy said at the beginning. What the fuck?
Yeah.
You can always reach out to us at insidethepallethouse@gmail.com. We'd love to hear from you if you have any topics you want us to talk about. Every week it is it's a struggle to come up with topics because, I only sit on the toilet so much, and that's when I do most of my research. So if you got them, send them in. You can also reach out to us on the Facebook page, or you can find us on Instagram and Twitter at ITPH Podcast. And if you need to find us on Venmo, that's at Inside the Pallet House.
Yep.
Thank you guys so much. We forgot to give a shout out to Ryan Parker. That's our bad, Ryan. Reach on out to Ryan Parker over at Tau Insurance if you need any insurance, and he will be glad to help you out. If you don't have his number, it's 804-855-4567. And if you drop ITPH at Nectar Sunglasses as a coupon code, you will get 30% off. Enjoy that.
I see a lot of my friends rocking them now. I saw my friends Stacy and Robbie wearing them in some pictures, and she was getting hit up. They were like, "Where'd you get those glasses? Those are cool."
I love it.
So I had to jump on her Facebook post and be like, "Don't forget to use the ITPH code."
And I know there's some Nectars rocking in Avalon, New Jersey right now.
Well, of course there are.
Yeah, they're everywhere.
They're the best.
Everywhere.
All right, thank you guys so much for tuning in. We'll talk to you next week. Cheers.
Cheers.
Peace out.
That was a pretty good podcast, don't you think?